Hey Jim, as you can see, I'm here with my 2005 Mercedes-Benz. It's an SL500 R230 is the chassis designation. And somewhere up above me is probably going to be a link to a playlist that I have that have any of the other videos I've made where this car is featured if you're interested in this car. Today, I'm going to try to take the seats out. I want to use these seats as a nice piece of furniture. I'm going to make them like an office chair, maybe, if I don't use them in another car. I've thought about using them in my Volkswagen, but yeah, it's all done, and it's already got other Mercedes seats in it. Yes, the bug is done, but that's going to be in a different video. So it's got real nice Mercedes seats in it already, and I probably won't change them. But that's for another. I want to take the seats out, and I have a problem. And you might notice right away, the sharp-eyed among you, that my door cards are gone. I already took them off. And in order to get these seats out, I need to be able to move the seats forward and backwards to be able to get to all the fasteners. So I recovered all of this control stuff out of the door panels because if I use these seats like as an office chair, I'm going to want to have this panel available so I can adjust how it's oriented and I can use the heat functions. And then they all seem to plug into this guy. And then I went ahead and brought the mirror back and plugged it in here too, just so I wouldn't always be looking at those open ports and wondering what goes in them. And so what I'm going to try to do is hook it back up to the plugs on the door here and then put a battery, two batteries actually, back in this car. So one battery is going to go back in here. I've got one here. It's a little too big. The sharp-eyed among you will see that there's, you'll notice a lot of stuff is missing out of here. If you watched one of the earlier videos from 6 or 8 weeks ago, I showed where I took apart all of this interior hinge mechanism and all the wiring stuff. So yes, there's some parts missing off of this car. And I folded the top back here a little bit. I did use this. I did a video about the rescue of this Viking stove. It was on its way to a scrapyard because it was broken. The door's broken. We still have a problem with that knob there. I'll get to that. But in keeping with the whole scrapyard theme, I used the doors off of my Honda Accord as my flame-resistant back panel. And then above that, just to finish it off, I used the lower bumper off of a BMW E70 X5. And then, of course, the actual hood over the stove is the whole rear section of my beautiful Mercedes. And you'll notice that it's on. The parking lights are on. And the plate light is on. And it's all wired up here where you've got left blinker, right blinker, running lights, that brake lights, and that's the reverse light. So if I hit the brake lights, you see, yeah. So that's what happened to that part of the car. And then I have to put a battery up front here. And I think I have one over on my workbench that's charged up that'll fit in here nicely. And again, the sharp-eyed among you may notice that there's a couple of problems with this car. The front end has been taken off in a rather brutal way. And look at how much room there is. I can fit almost my whole hand here between the top of the tire and this frame piece. And look it over on this side. It's sagging so much I can barely get 2 fingers in there. So this side is really sagging bad. But it's because it hasn't been started in a really long time. So I just need to put the batteries in, and you might be wondering, what happened to the front of this car? I mean, I loved it so much at one point, I did a painting of it. And, oh, why? Who would do such a thing? You know, it's been raining quite a bit here, and it's real foggy today. So I was always thinking I needed an awning for outside of my workshop, especially over my doorway there, because it just, I mean, there was nothing over it, and the rain would come right in. You know, it's kind of bad. Don't hate me. That's my new awning. I haven't wired up the lights yet, but I'm going to. So the headlights, the fog lights, all of that stuff, it should work because it worked when it was on the car. Back to the seats. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to plug this back in. I think all these plugs only go in one specific spot on there. I see at least maybe 4 here. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in everything and, you know, fake this however I have to so it's not in the way too much. Like I'll have to get rid of that drop light. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side before I put in any of the batteries and get this thing coming to life again, because I think it's just going to be better for everything if it's already all plugged in. All right, I hooked up both the batteries. I can hear something running. Oh, it's probably this car navigation thing. See, yeah, that's it. See what's in there. Come on, baby. Well, it stopped making noise. Oh, there we go. Yay. Nice. Okay, well, let's see if the seats are going to do anything. I think I might have to turn on the... let's see. Oh, there we go. It's moving. Nice. Look at that. This is working. Great. Oh, so I'm going to slide it all the way forward and get the back of this out. Hold on a second. You don't suppose it'll start, do you? Okay. Which one of these keys I'm going to try? This is going to be too crazy. Oh, 203,000. Oh boy. I can't believe it's running. Wow. Okay, so I should put this on Cars and Bids as the cheapest running, and come on, you know it's gotta drive. All right, let's try it. Look at that. Way higher than it was. It was barely 2 fingers before. I pushed the button in there that made the suspension go as high as it'll go, so now it rides kind of like a safari car. It's official. I have a running and driving Mercedes-Benz SL500 still. Well, kind of driving. Maybe I should put it up for sale while it's still running and driving. Yeah, you may ask yourself, who the hell would want this thing? Well, there are some YouTubers out there that part of their shtick is buying the cheapest running, driving X fancy car there is, and then spending $1 bazillion trying to fix it. But you would have to be really dumb. I would have to be like the dumbest guy in all of YouTube. So, I don't know. Maybe I will try. Put it up for sale. See if I can get someone to take it off my hands. Thanks for watching.